Welcome to another video for Roadskill video for the part of for its one thing as well. But the first thing, we have Railbugs for many more of these things. So welcome right here to Roadskill Whitehorse Terminal. As we're going to be clicking to continue because I'm now on a current internet connection that does not going to be last for so long. Let's just give ourselves for the first time, and looks like not program is going to be approving for many more of a lot of these things. This is the logo right over here, and it's going to be on the top left, and on the top right that must be the currency from over here. But unfortunately this game has no players, so we're about to do this. Before we're going to be started right over, just gonna be clicking the play button. Let's go for the information button as well. Welcome to the Whitehorse Terminal route, and it's developed by Grobturn as well. Grobturn is responsible for all locomotive models in the game except the DDA-40X, the EMD F7, and the F40PH. He also scripted everything seen in the game along with making the entire layout. Be sure to thank him and when you see him, because you're gonna be making something for only one respect, and that's how I'm gonna be respect for this one game as well in the Roadskill sandbox. Wait, this is the Whitehorse Terminal for its very first time that I'm gonna be doing this. And Noah Bouquet responsible for the helping for the terrain works scene for the Filiana subdivision, and also railroading guru, and it is a reliable source when Gopton is making models. He also makes most of the rolling stock seen in the game, and probably the first icon, probably the Roadskill icon, is a general pioneer, Sigantaiver as well. Sneakness contributed to the Vienna, letting us to use his DDA-40X model. To be sure to thank him as also. And always respect to follow anything about here. Lucino is the master model of the Roadskill. Guru Lucino contributed a Vienna by letting for his F40PH model. To thank him, you have to respect anything as well. Another one was Do_H, the master modeler, and deserves Do-H or Do_H contributed to the Vienna by letting using his EMD F7 model. Be sure to thank him also. And here is the about information. This is the Whitehorse Terminal route, a unique take on the Eastern U.S. railroading terrain. Whitehorse Terminal is the fine mix of perfectly urban and perfectly rural railroading as the main railroad that Whitehorse resolves around its Norfolk Southern Railroad. This is Norfolk Southern Railway, because that we never thought that I already just reaching all the way to 500 railbucks as well. Hence the unlimited presence of Norfolk Southern content in the game, from the heritage units to the older diesel equipment to even steam locomotives as well. You'll find it all here in the Whitehorse Terminal. Make sure to be at home. I think this is probably make yourself at home. So it's gonna be a little bit fun, but cringe is absolutely completely going to get all the way in here. So let's just get our way inside, and looks like we are finally inside the game. Unfortunately, where is the other town? But I'm probably the most top 20 railbucks that we got anything but right here. The last place is the Noha 2016, and the richest players in Whitehorse Terminal is the 7FDL16, who got millions of Robux. It's railbucks as well, and we're probably, this is absolutely the train shop is probably over here. Limited time trains we got anything in about for many more of these things as well. And you want to shop some more trains, or just probably pirate some trains in probably in the spawner. So absolutely in this train shop that you can select, and there must be many more of these available steam and diesel locomotives. Could be might able to select the game pass. So this is where you can buy anything as well, and many more things as well. So I'll be selecting here. The max speed is 12 acceleration, and that could cost for 4,500 rail bucks. Hypercar transport cost for 5,000 rail bucks as well. No image was probably like to do this. This is a 3-bay hopper metals as well, and many more of these things as well. And a rail buck shop that can cost a lot of Robux as well. I never felt that anything about for many more of this item, or we have for the off sale items, are pretty unavailable for everything as well. So that does have the streamlined and many more other kinds of like these things. Alright, this is the Destroyer of the Worlds that they just probably saw this. Amtrak freight locomotives. The Cow Express is now off sale already for a few things ago, or many kind a little bit for many reasons ago. So instead of this train shop, we're now about to see the rules. And first, let's see the update. So as the March 1st winter event is over, and probably this is absolutely spring, February 11th, new trains are probably free, or game pass, or limited time as well. And probably the several things a little bit ago. So the first thing is actually spring, and it's not everything is going to be going around here for just about the updates. The rules are simple for about against the 4 rules for right hand running only. This is America for everything is going around here. Not South Asians as well. Do not delete other kinds for anybody's train, and never be able to share Game Pass, and sharing of those things of the trains are prohibited, and pretend to be an admin was also prohibited as well. And we have settings to change the day and night as well. So you can change actually into cycle as anything as well. The depth of field is probably on, and let's just probably to turn off. So you can actually remove your trains, and Doppler effect is completely turned off. So I'll be actually gonna be trying to make things a little bit sure we have available trains for many things as well. But before that, he just eventually spawned the longest Amtrak train that I just eventually did. So I never be able to see for around of this thing. So we should be able to build a train like this one. So the job is gonna be ready. I think this is gonna be going for a little bit small. So the search hoppers is right over here. And let's go for a freight. Unfortunately, my mouse is broken right now. And also we have the available game pass was the AVWR. Still have Amfleet and many more of these things. So the train might be able to be ready to go. So let's go for the Superliner coach. We have many of these things. I have to expand of these many of like there. And unfortunately, all of the players had been completely joined randomly. That was insanely horrifical. And it was going to be trying to find a perfect train. But it looks like I'm refused to find here. And I really heard the train horn by itself. And probably we're going to be finding as well even the locomotives we absolutely tried to collapse. To search the trains here, but I don't know that I just probably remembered. In a few annoying minutes later, that we went all the way up to 1,000 rail bucks. I pronounce we're gonna be going for the F7. Something is absolutely joined for the first time, but looks like I'm not very sure that I cannot be able to see. So we're gonna be going on the way for that way as well. The B units that I just already spawned for just a little bit for the first time as well. 4 B units before I might gonna be spawning at once. So we'll not be able to be exiting for this because as very first time we just got for our 4 Milwaukee locomotives. We have one really primary locomotive on the front and we got 3 B units as well. So unfortunately that wasn't gonna be as well. I don't really think it's time to make something a little bit kind of budget, but not anymore. But let's just gonna be head out that we're gonna be choosing freight, because I really think this isn't gonna be going for a way for just a little bit right here. So the first stop it's time to do for its box cars as well. So we're gonna be using for browns and red cars, and instead we got for 20 box cars as we should. And I just put out for 5 box cars, and we got 6 big high cube box cars as well. And next one is gondola as well. We got for one thing for the B and LC gondola, 2 CSX gondolas as well, and I'm probably sure that isn't gonna be going for listed hoppers as well. 55 feet hopper, abandoned hopper as well. So looks like let's just go for the hoppers selection. So the job is ready for is absolutely 60 feet. And probably Milwaukee Road isn't going to be just like to do this as well. And a lot of hoppers we got absolutely right over here. And return to box cars. And it's still a little bit amount of these things as well. So have you look of this pretty big thing as well. This train is going to be long and it's not going to be really powerful enough. Got those brown box cars anywhere, and probably should be going to be doing for it just like passenger coaches. We got anything that goes to do this as Union Pacific coaches, because there was no cabooses in this game anyways. We'll now open it up and we're going to be seeing that we're going to be trying to do this once again after this for its terrifying annoying things whatsoever. So we're gonna be opening it up, and let's see how magic it happens as well. But looks like the couples had been already coupled, as very much as to do so because of that some psychic sound effects we have here. And I'm on the PS5, and I'm probably gonna be using for such as one thing. This is the locomotive number 67, as we're gonna be trying to reverse her down. It looks like our consolidator is trying to use for the 67. And the annoying thing is what happens that isn't gonna be to do this as well. But I'm exactly how to do this as well. We're gonna be opening for one thing. The train is now officially departing really fast, and I'm on a hurry as well. We'll now try to stay away for just only one thing. We'll now try to stay on the right side of the rails. But look how the train it is. You got to be kidding me. It's pretty slow, and it's not pretty that fast. So our first destination is we're gonna be trying to get all the way into the top, as our prize isn't going to do this as anyways. Eventually we might not running out of those rail cars anyways, and especially we have anything goes, like the modern times. So, I wasn't just refusing to close down, which is a little bit going pretty at once. So, we'll now hit the bells, and the lights are pretty working as well. And I'm pretty not sure this isn't gonna be pretty working as well. And by pressing the letter bell, and it froze. And the horn is working, by the way. It looks like I'm just gonna be starting Railfan from right over here. So, this is absolutely for its very first experience by looking on the locomotive, but especially for some sort of a big BNSF trains that are gonna be coming a little bit for this way, without opening her light. Will not be able to forget to say, nah, I'm probably that I just pretty made things anything, of course. But it's gonna be a little bit big or something. And that should be the last couple of things that we absolutely try to get a little bit left. So, let's just return the settings, and we have to turn off the depth of doing this as well. And we have to turn on the Doppler scale as well. So we're gonna be opening her up, the horn as well. And we're not absolutely gonna be trying to sing for this one. This is the railroad crossing. And here comes that big train as well. I mean, the engines is probably louder than I usually see. The K5 LA is more louder than a single train horn as well. And probably that was going to be pretty interested in one thing. This is ridiculously loud as well. And so the train is directly to move another things as well. Refuse to turn off the bell alive. Wait, that must be the intermodal section that we got here. I think this is absolutely the modern era that I just completely saw around here. And its first trip isn't gonna be successful anytime. The train is hauling up for many couple of those boxcars as anyways. A large numbers of cars and many more things as well. And I guess it will be taking for many more minutes to do this, and I fall off.